Rahim. This is PMDC online lecture room. The topic of this lecture is importance of KC and reaction quotient. Dear student, in the previous lecture we have discussed the KC for an equilibrium reaction. Now we are going to discuss the importance of KC. KC predicts the direction in which a chemical reaction will proceed to acquire an equilibrium state. KC helps us to find out the extent to which a reaction will proceed before equilibrium is reached. Similarly, KC is important to calculate the equilibrium concentration of reactants and products and if the concentration are known. With the help of KC, we can describe the effect of change in condition upon a chemical system that is in equilibrium. Now, how KC predicts the reaction and reaction quotient? As we have studied earlier, according to the law of mass action, equilibrium constant for a reaction is given by the equation that is Kc is equal to molar concentration of product over molar concentration of reactant. So, the reaction quotient that is Qc can be expressed as Qc is equal to the molar concentration of product over the molar concentration of reactant. Qc, that is reaction quotient, is equal to equilibrium constant Kc when the reaction is at equilibrium. Qc will be greater than Kc, so the system is not in equilibrium and the net reaction will occur in the backward direction until the equilibrium is reached. If in a given reaction the value of Kc is greater than Qc, it means that the system is not in equilibrium and the net reaction will occur in the forward direction until the equilibrium is reached. Prediction of the extent of a chemical reaction with the help of Kc and Qc. If the equilibrium constant is very large, then this indicates that the reaction is almost complete and the concentration of the product is much greater than those of the reactant in that particular reaction. Similarly, if the equilibrium constant, that is Kc, is very small, it means that the concentration of the product is smaller than those of the reactant that are in equilibrium. And if the value of Kc is neither very small nor very large, this means that both the reactants and products are in an appreciable quantities at equilibrium and the reaction is almost in equilibrium state. So these are the important information we can predict with the help of the value of Kc and Qc. Now how we can calculate the equilibrium concentrations? If the value of equilibrium constant and the initial concentration of the reactants are known for a given reaction, so we can calculate the concentration in the equilibrium mixture. This is about today's lecture. Now this is time for an assignment. The assignment is that predict the extent of a given reaction for which the equilibrium constant is 1 power 10 minus 30 at 25 degrees centigrade. Thank you.